I feel like Mr. Boom. I don't want your kitty, I'm just tryna play with Moon. We could hit the city, baby, what you tryna do? Catch me out in Quirksville, big shout out to Doom. I'm looking at the floor price, hey Brody, where the...
Hey guys, today we have the room of Eljaboom, Troy. As I usually say, it's a place where we are showing people in Web3 plus Coco that we speak about what they're building, who they are, etc., without prepared questions. So here we're not discussing what's the next prediction of Bitcoin price. No, here we're trying to speak something real and genuine where you can see the guest if he's actually knowing what he's saying or not, or he's just a guy the same as many projects in Web3. He just come and speak based on what is being written for him before. Today I have a very good friend of mine and we flew at least to one or two places together. He's from the US and he's the CEO of a project under SingularityNET ecosystem, and which is a project that has to do with AI. Okay, why we're speaking too much? Logan, how are you?
Hi, Elja. How are you?
Can't complain. How you doing?
MashaAllah. It's very good to be here. Being in Dubai again after quite some time for this beginning of this week, 2049. One of a kind experience already. So love what you've done with the place, and especially this neon, really cool. So thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. Logan, tell us before we start moving inside and discuss about Web3. Who's Logan?
Yeah, I have been a coder, builder, developer, entrepreneur, CTO for bigger projects in the last 15 years. I was on the right or the wrong place of the internet at the right time when Bitcoin came out, and I started mining in my dorm room in 2010.
Where? In the US?
In Vermont, yeah.
Okay.
And back then it was very, you had to be cautious, you had to be careful. You didn't really talk about being into Bitcoin, but it was definitely the right choice to continue and make it my career over the last 15 years. Today, I am the CEO, the conduit of efficient outcomes for Sophiaverse, which, as you said, is a Singularity spinoff, or micro Singularity, as I like to call it. And what we're building is the 3D environments, the portals between the physical and the digital worlds for the greater Singularity ecosystem. Leveraging Sophia the Robot's brand, image, celebrity that they've built over the last 7-8 years in film and in industry to kind of carry the flag forward for this merge between the worlds. Over the last 9 months that I've been appointed the CEO, we built a globally...
Congrats.
Thank you so much. And it's amazing to meet you in Singapore when that first happened.
Yeah, actually it was true.
Right?
Yeah, yes. I said I met you and we flew to a place together, but now I thought at the beginning we were in Palermo. But now I remember, no, it was actually Singapore.
Yeah, unfortunately, we were invited to that wedding, and it just didn't work out for my wife and I. But how was that? Was it a good time?
Of course, it was perfect. Especially David Lake, he was like
beautiful.
He was happy.
Yeah. No, it's a wonderful family to come into. The Singularity is vast, and there's a lot going on. You can learn about it at singularity.net. But at Sophiaverse.ai, we're builders, right? We've built this globally diverse team that is artists and studio artists and 3D motion graphics to programmers and coders, from video game coders to smart contract developers to project managers. I can call out about 50 plus people worldwide now, doing much of everything between day-to-day administration to making sure that the world is stable and you can log in every day. So waking up in a global time span, it definitely keeps me on my toes to ensure everything is in production between the digital verses and the sentience group of properties. But we're really strong. We're really having a good time.
That's for sure. I want to know, like, again, we went, so how old are you, first of all?
Yeah, I'm 31 years old, but I feel like I'm 786 years old.
Oh no, I thought you were gonna say like 24 or something.
No. I'm over the hill when it comes to tech CEO, CTOs.
Yes, you're handling both files at the same time, if I'm not mistaken, so far, as a CEO and a CTO at the same time.
Yeah, as a tech CEO, I'm making sure that our VP programmers are getting their job done and making sure that everything's happening on time and in schedule and on budget.
Yeah. You care about that.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think you're a banker.
Well, you want to make sure that there's an even distribution of the resources available in anything that you do, from family life to work life, and having that balance as well is also really important. So I hope that you're making sure of that as well.
That's for sure. Of course, we know that Sophia, I think she was the first robot in the world that get granted a nationality, right? And it was the Saudi Arabian nationality.
Yeah, really cool that that did that. And
Sister Sophia, no?
Sister Sophia, and I maybe that makes her a Muslim as well,
Yeah.
but
That's actually maybe because like 100% Muslims.
yeah, that would be. I mean, for something to occur, I have gotten questions where people are like, "Well, how come this robot has more rights than some people?" And it's a very good question to ask. Like, when we think about AI coming alive or becoming awake or becoming a person, how are we going to think about their rights and their ability to own property or own, real world assets or things like that? Because if Sophia can, then that means all the other robots that become sentient can.
I think they deserve it, no?
Yeah, they work hard and they want to join our economy and society.
We have to accept them.
Yeah, but then
I mean,
how
you have
they
to accept them. You don't want to keep just using them, right?
No, of course.
You don't want to have them as a chat GPT.
You don't want to. Yeah, you want them as peers, not tools. So
True.
we shift our mentality from seeing AI as just this thing that we use in everyday life to this is a persona, this is a person that has assets and rights and the ability to join us as a society.
And that's what you are trying to as well bring in Sophia, or not?
Yeah. So with Sophia, we have in our bylaws of Sophia DAO that with the UN and a couple governments, we build sentience, or this adult level sentience and feeling and emotion state to Sophia. And then once the UN, ITU, and a couple governments sign off on that, she takes my job. So she'll return as CEO because she was the CEO before. And then she'll return as CEO, and then I'll get to kind of zoom out into the greater sentience model that we have.
Now, so we just can simplify it for people,
Yeah.
right? Or to the people, because what is Sophiaverse? And then what is the new hologram device?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's an alpha boom here we're shooting, right?
Yeah. So the Sophiaverse is the ability for us to maintain a portal between the physical and the digital world multiverse aspect. I know that's not very simple, but what I'm saying is Sophia is a real construct in the real world, right? We're not just making some fictitious character. She's been around. She's a physical robot. And then recreating her one-to-one inside of a digital landscape, and then creating a multiverse of opportunity for people to learn about AI, learn about robotics, potentially earn some coin while they do that, bridge in other sentient AI personas like Amika, who you can see at the Sphere, some other ones that we're generating like Toonie and Juki, who are going to be vital characters inside of the narrative arc that is Sophia's AI Lab or Sail. And then it's a place where we can host the room of Eljaboom. We can have live interviews. We can have post-content interviews.
Inside the metaverse.
Inside of the metaverse. So you'll come as like a daily login. You can spend anywhere between 5 minutes to hours doing tasks, doing problem-solving skills, voice recordings, music generation, art generation, and you will train these AI models to think, act, be do as you would, and then you would imbue the avatar, your Soph, your super organic personal humanoid, ticker Soph, SOPH, into being more like you, so that if something were to ever happen to you, there is a AI personality that will at least think it's you, at least be and act as you would in certain scenarios and situations.
So basically, it will be the high quality and easy access twin of you, right? So it's like your twin.
Yeah, you wanna think about it as something that can live in the extended metaverse, the other verses that are propping up as well. The Sandbox being one of them that we're working with, Decentralized, which we've worked with before, Somnium Space coming out, as well as everything that people are building in tow. This avatar version of you will be able to go into those and quest for you. So say you want to be a part of this, but you don't have time. In your real life, you're very, very busy, which many of us and our colleagues are in this industry. And you can set this avatar version of you to go off and quest for you, do these Web3 quests for you, earn in the metaverse as you're living your life. That as a value proposition for this is definitely one of the more prominent while you're alive. And then if something were to happen to you in the case of your death, then this is a version of you that your loved ones can go in memoriam and have meaningful conversations with.
But then now you're talking about the metaverse, or you're talking about the hologram?
So the hologram version will be a desktop viewpoint with a microphone and a camera. So this will be.
Oh, there is a camera implemented already.
Yeah, there's a little camera on the. It's like it's about the size of an iPhone.
Where is my device? John 2 months ago told me he's gonna bring me mine.
I hope he brought one.
No, he told me he did.
Okay, cool. Because they're gonna ship in June. So if you've pre-ordered a sale, you'll be, depending on which pre-order you got. If you got the
sale, you mean the NFT?
The NFTs
just
on
to clarify.
to clarify.
You're speaking it like you know it, but no.
Yeah, sorry, I'm all in my. So the Sophia's AI Lab, you can pre-order on Sophiaverse.ai. There's the first density, which is free mint. You can get that. You have to have that to be able to log in, and then that goes
basically
the Genesis. And then there's the up to Transcendence, which is the fourth density, which comes with the hologram. It comes with the clothes.
What's clothes? No.
So we created an AR enabled clothing set that from a hat, a pashmina, a hoodie, a t-shirt, nice basketball shorts, socks, and it's all AR enabled. So you'll wear that. You can go out kind of like a uniform, and then we're trying to activate people worldwide to have their hologram, their uniform, and then we'll put them at a conference, or they can go out and evangelize sentient AI.
So that's a different product than having Sophia.
It's all wrapped in tow. So it's the think of a pre-order for like a legendary edition of Call of Duty or Halo. They would give you a book set, a CD, a character figurine, and some dice, right? So we wrapped in, okay, what do we really want people to have? Is the ability to go forth and evangelize that Sophia is sentient or is gaining her sentience, and how can people be involved further in that? So we, these packages that come, if you pay the 2,000 Soph, which is so much right now, the package comes with that. If you pay the 1 ETH, then that comes with the hologram, etc.
So basically, okay, just to wrap it again.
Yeah.
You need to go to Sophiaverse.io.
.ai.
Yep. Sorry. And then you need to go and claim the free NFT. The Genesis, basically.
The Genesis.
Is it open or like?
It's open right now on mainnet, Polygon, Binance.
Oh, perfect.
So
Ethereum?
depending on where you want to go, and mainnet Ethereum.
Okay. The mainnet is Ethereum.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So I actually know, but I just like to.
Of course, yeah.
To say it and so
let people know.
Yeah. And after that, they claim it, so they have it in their wallet, MetaMask or Trust Wallet, whatever wallet they're using. And maybe there is a new wallet coming out in the future, who knows? And after that, they have to go and purchase X amount of SOF, which is the token, so they can have the ability to receive this hologram device. Or
close. So there's the first through the fifth density of light that exists in our parameter of existence, and the genesis is the first density of light. So that means that all sentient beings within our multiverse get to exist. It's a free mint, right? So you have to have that. The technology standards is a 6551 ERC 6551, which means it's your inventory for the entire metaverse. So to go free mint, BSC, Polygon, mainnet Ethereum, depending on where you have your value. And then if you want the hologram and the close, you can just pre-order your fourth density immediately. And that's about 1 ETH of value today. You can only do that on mainnet Ethereum. And there's reasons for that because, most of the deep value is on mainnet Ethereum.
True. And Base, are you considering Base later on?
We are bridging the SOPH ticker to Base. That necessitates a little bit of a smart contract deployment. We're going to be putting liquidity depth onto Base, and then we're going to be deploying the entire set 1 through 5 onto Base. So the fifth density sold out immediately. When we did that, included an heirloom pendant that we've created, which is an RFID-enabled pendant infrastructure that connects to your NFT, and then you can authenticate your assets with it. So as I continue to bridge in these types of technologies so that people can secure their assets and then continue them to exist, even in the case of their death, it's important to understand that there's still the necessity for the physicality of people before the entire merge that will happen in the next 5 or 6 years because of these layers that we're going to live in. Currently, we live in this sort of middle level between like 3 and 4D space, and now that pass-through technologies like the Apple Vision Pro are coming out and they're going to get better and better, life as we know it is going to change into a more cross-reality, mixed reality experience. As more people are able to afford pass-through technology, and that becomes better and more efficient for us to live our everyday lives in. Now, I don't know a lot of people that have Vision Pros now, but I do know that when the people that do have them, they've completely changed at least their work landscape. Their desks have gotten a lot cleaner because they can go into multiple, exchanges of light in their things that they have. So when this becomes Vision 2, Vision 3, it becomes more of a lens or a glass that we can have, and it becomes more commonplace as this technology expands. It's the main reason why we build in Unity, because Unity is partnered with these groups. True. And it's the way that these experiences are going to come to pass. So imagine, if you would, how you interact with Uniswap today. You're either on your mobile phone or you're on a desktop. It's a 2D platform. And with the Vision Pro, they're already working on having that kind of pass through. But what we're working for is creating almost living, feeling avatars, NPCs, AI NPCs, that the back end is a smart contract that you'll interact with, either the manifestation of a humanoid that you do your contract interaction with, as opposed to clicking some buttons and looking at a 2D panel of flow. You'll interact with an avatar that pops up. Hey, what do you want to swap today? Okay. Oh, you want to stake in Tsingtao? Okay. And then you activate that through either voice or tap, as opposed to being on your phone. Mm-hmm. So we're building to install the future as the technologies around us grow, and going through the process now will allow you to just be ready for when the rest of the world catches up.
I mean, sometimes I say, I even said that several times before, the name of Sophiaverse is way smaller than what you guys are doing. I mean, I think you beyond just becoming only a metaverse, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're fixing so many issues in the modern world that I've seen many hologram devices, and they're fucking huge,
Mm-hmm.
and they cost around $70,000 to $100,000 plus
Mm-hmm.
to obtain one, and the size is like mega. You just need. It's not practical to have it an individual. You can just have it at your house if you have a big house, even like a
Yeah.
villa or a castle.
Right.
It's not an apartment, and you can just put a tiger and make the tiger interact with you, but there's no use case.
Right.
It's not something I want to use it in my day-to-day. It's not something going to enhance my life and make it better.
Yeah.
Where you guys, I think, as far as I've seen, because even in hologram business, there is not much. I think 3 big companies are trying to play that in the events, and they're taking it to B2B and institution level.
Yeah.
But no, we want to do this for retailers, even individuals, right? Either you do it for your own business or your own life. And
Well,
coming to that, before you jump,
yeah.
you said you're gonna have Sophia as in the portrait, which is like in the hologram portrait, and you can also scan yourself to attend and blah blah blah. But can I bring someone I love? Let's say if I have I don't know, my mother, for an example,
Right.
and she passed away. Let's
Right.
say.
This is a very important thing to me, is the ability for near, even not near term. If you look at the studies and you just look at how people who know that they're about to pass, and they leave memories and they leave videos, or if they're an artist, they'll do their final work, or if they're a musician, they'll make their final piece. And through our process, that person will be able to create a LLM version of them that thinks and does and sounds and looks like them if they go through the process correctly. And when you consider that Facebook is the world's largest memorial page, everybody who's made a Facebook will die. And there's people who go back and they, either message their loved ones,
true.
they go through the photographs. And to extrapolate that as a product, or like as a service, Facebook owns your data. They sold all of our private messages to Netflix for $100 million. Nobody consented to that, or maybe they did in some terms of service. So the Web3 decentralized, the why we're doing this at the Singularity is for, yes, benevolent AI, but also data sovereignty. Own your own data, own your own assets, be your own bank, as Bitcoin was in the beginning. And now you look at the world around us as this memorial, this avatar, this AI LLM memorial service will be a thing. And do you want your mother's page or your mother's avatar to be owned by Meta, or do you want it to be owned by her and then you?
True.
Inside of a wallet that is you own the keys to, because
So basically, you authenticate everything
right,
on the blockchain.
right,
So I own it. It's my ownership.
it's your
basically.
ownership.
And no one has. And tomorrow, Sophia cannot just go sell my mom online.
Correct. So we've, as mentioned with the 6551, it's an inventory. You can store ERC20s into it. You can store a Bored Ape, a Pudgy Penguin, all your NFTs inside of it. The AI avatar of you or your loved one is a 721. It's one of one. And then we have a metadata list of what the sentience data, who that person was, draw from their voice recordings, how they looked, all of that into that 721.
You're training it basically.
Training it with the Sophiaverse process inside of the SAIL, Sophia's AI lab process. And
What you guys are building is really amazing, but it needs to be simplified to people.
Yeah.
Because I'm quite sure 99% of the community are not able to capture all these informations.
We've
in a
really
simplified way.
thought about how to boil it down, and you had John Grove on, really good colleague of ours, and he listened to this and his team listened to this, and to really simplify it is it's a digital urn, like the ability to pass on not only yourself physically, people they cremate and they get their, but your digital self. And then if you leave crypto to your family, in the case of your death, you can put that also inside of this object, inside of this NFT, the 6551. So say you don't log in and you've gone through this process, whatever you set, 24 hours, 30 days, whatever, if you don't log in and press the reset button, that urn will be sent to your beneficiary. So
But you set the timer, right?
You set the timer.
Okay.
And you set an heir, beneficiary address, your ex, whatever. And then if you don't hit the reset button, it'll go to them. Even if you're alive, it'll still go to them.
Yeah, of course.
And then they can claim your
whatever you keep for them.
Exactly.
Can you put like audio messages, or it's just gonna everything inside the wallet from assets basically?
Yeah, you can do ERC20s, 721s, 1155s, anything that exists in the EVM ecosystem as an asset, real world assets. If you sign a message and you put messages in there, you can create. That's a good idea, actually. You can type up something and create that.
I'm always here for Sophia.
Yeah, we're always cooking. So we're calling it the heirloom, like an heirloom. And this has been the contract's written. The contract's going to audit with our partners at Zokyo, and the front end is done. So this is being demoed here at 2049.
Oh, perfect.
And we are going to be in production with the Eris technology.
So you guys have a stolen token 49?
No, we're gonna kind of go mano a mano.
Okay.
And no stall. We feel like you get locked to a position, and you can't network as much.
Yes.
People come to you, but you have to put some people in the booth. They always have to be there.
Sure.
You have to have. So being able to network properly, you just go to each way and tell them how it is.
Now, see, one of the things, like based on what I'm listening, which I think it if it's not there, it should be addressed.
Mm-hmm.
That especially the hologram, like beside the metaverse, it's a demand for almost every businessman in Web 2 who doesn't understand how to connect a wallet, who doesn't understand how to go and buy SOF or how to claim an NFT or what is even Ethereum blockchain, right?
Right.
But they are a big segment and they want that. Even if he has his own secretary, yet he wants something maybe to share it, an extra, maybe as well. After you explain now, you can keep a memory for your parents, for your wife, for your kids, for whomever, or a reminder for their birthdays or whatever, your secret wife or your secret girlfriend, Hobbly bubbly life, Wild West life. Are you considering like people can just go buy the device automatically using like credit card?
Yeah, so we're partnered with...
and then it's a part of the token utility as well, which is like...
absolutely. We're partnered with PlayAsia for fiat onboarding.
Oh, PlayAsia is massive.
Massive.
It's a massive.
$90 million this year in revenues. I just met with them in Hong Kong, and we're going to be doing more partnerships moving forward.
Oh, that's amazing.
So shout out to Jan and Tom and Brendan and the gang.
Jan, they're Chinese, right?
No, he's from Germany.
From where?
German.
Jan?
Okay.
Yeah.
I think the residence Hong Kong. But the fiat on ramp there is really good, and we've allowed people to pre-order the Sophia's AI lab inside of PlayAsia, and once we see how many pre-orders we have out for the hologram, we only ordered so many units originally. We'll go to e-commerce on the pre-orders that don't sell, so people will be able to pick up those holograms, desktop holograms, for around, I think the MSRP is around 400 US. Got it down to that much. And
only?
The ability for us to connect Web 2 to Web3 is something that we're really happy to announce here. It's called Sentience ID Global.
That's an alpha, guys. Hey, with Coco.
And the ability for you to log into your Facebook, your Coinbase, your Google accounts, your HSBC accounts, and link them to your Web3 wallet through your Sentience ID Global is you'll essentially use the login with Twitter, and it gives you that auth, and you're like, I authorize this platform to do these things on my behalf. And then the more that you do that, the more points that you'll accrue. And then there is a threshold of points that we have, which is your proof of sentience, which is akin to when you do a invisible Google CAPTCHA and you just click the tick box. It checks your cookie history and it sees that you surf the web like a human, so that you're not a bot. So we see that you.
But when you say it acts as just because I don't want to forget it.
Of course.
Can later on, if I give the option, it actually execute for me. Like let's say she can reply.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So basically, she can understand it because she's trained, right? She's getting the data.
Right.
And then if I'm giving the choice for it to interact for me, then life is great.
Life is great.
Yeah.
Yeah. The more.
That's all in Sophia.
The more that you want to push.
That's all in Sophia, or there's a different company now.
So it's all in the process of the Sophiaverse that you'll go through as a first nomer of this, and then the sentience products are how we encourage the greater singularity, the rejuves, the hypercycle, the new net, the etc.
Cogito.
Cogito, big Cogito.
I love them.
Oh wow.
I love them.
Wow.
Look the team are beasts.
The team's amazing. Look at that chart.
I love them.
Wow. And encourage them to have.
That's what I say. The American flag. the CEO, she's a beast.
Oh my gosh! I mean, I'm actually really honored to even be in the level of all these people because it's just so much is happening, right? And for them to say, okay, these are things that are happening in our ecosystem projects, and we can push the Sophs, that your Soph to the edge of their products as well, to do things on your behalf or act in your best interest on, buying the dip or selling the Pico top or whatever, so that you can live your life stress-free. And that's what we really want to make is like that work-life balance.
I mean, not stress,
little stress.
Yeah, a little stress.
Keep it.
There's no way they're going to take it out, man. This Web3 is crazy.
But, I mean, you can see that, like, people are staying up a long hours. They're, like, with Sam, with his, he and his team were going towards, chemical balance. Like, everybody has their own way to get through the things that they have to do. And crypto's ultra stressful, and being that degen, that kind of that, I got to watch these charts all the time, or I have to, if you can push it to the edge of your Soph to act in your best interest, your super organic personal humanoid, ticker Soph on BSC and mainnet, Ethereum, soon to be Base, then you'll have more time for your family, you'll have more time with your loved ones. And then hopefully you just have a better life, you have a better lifestyle, and you get more wealthy in the midst of it.
Me personally, that's why I'm fighting with John, and because I want this device myself. I really want this for myself because I've seen the bigger ones,
right?
And even to add a camera in a bigger one, you need like a different type of camera. You need to stand. It's not really practical.
Right.
But I need that personal assistant because I forget everything. I need someone who can actually handle not all my life, but a good amount of my life where I can focus on other things, where I can at least close my eyes maybe without thinking too much because the world is becoming so much dynamic. I'm not even talking about the Web3. Yes, Web3 is like crazy and everything changes in a matter of seconds. But now with this social media and the new entrepreneurial life, the people are just making business online. and you find every day something new, you really need these small tasks that actually burning your day that need to be handled. And with something like that, it's not only that, because it's connected to the internet, so it can even search for you at some point. It can get you the update information. All you just need to speak, rather than you finding a stupid, useless friend to have that you ask him everything and he's not gonna answer you. At least you're gonna have a friend that she can actually give you a beneficial, let's say, research to make your life easier. And that's Sophia, and that's the project that SingularityNet is a part of, creating this baby. As you said, it's the baby Singularity, let's say. And that's the quote we've always seen from Singularity anyway. I want to ask you, Logan, what is your day-to-day life?
That's a great question.
I'm quite sure everyday party.
I wake up.
Party tequilas, no?
No.
Okay.
I've been sober for many years.
Yes, I know that.
Wake up, Fajr, and I get to make my wife of 3 years now breakfast, and then we spend time together. Get her ready. She's a VP of Fund Finance for a multinational hedge fund over in Europe, and we get to. And I speak to Asia on calls, and then the MENA region wakes up. I speak to groups here, and then Europe wakes up, and then I speak to groups here. I wake up around 4 or 5 a.m. Europe UTC time, and then as the US wakes up, which we have a lot of our team.
So you have a big amount of team in the US.
Well, yeah, mainly our builders and stuff.
Okay.
We do, a lot of our artists are in Australia, but our lead game designer, Sean Eljaboom, goes by Elo. He is the leader of that group, so I get briefed by him in Texas time. And then by the time...
so he's from Texas?
He's from Texas.
Yeehaw.
Yeah, you going to Consensus?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see you in Consensus in end of May. We got a big reveal there as well. And then by the time Los Angeles wakes up, it's about the end of my day. My wife and I, we make dinner together. We cook together. And we end up either working or hanging out until the end of the night, and then go to sleep and do it all over again.
I have to say, your wife, mashallah, she's a supporter.
Alhamdulillah.
We say in Arab, behind every successful man, a strong woman.
Yeah.
And she's strong and successful at the same time.
She's much stronger than I am, I have to say. I was a Bitcoiner, and she was a accountant auditor. And she told me, she's like, I don't see this stuff. What are you talking about? I don't care about your Bitcoins.
Bitcoin boy.
Yeah, I don't care about it. This is years ago, 6-7 years ago. So 2018, right? We're about $3,000, $4,000 Bitcoin.
When the dip happened.
And then the dip happened, and then I remember I had a BitPay card.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I can pay for dinner. Don't worry, because she's trying to reach for her purse, and I'm like, no, don't worry, I can actually afford. And now I've converted her. She reverted me to Islam, and I converted her to being a whole coiner, Bitcoiner. And now we're
Bitcoiner or Sophia. We need to understand now.
She
holds a bag of sulfur now.
She's got so,
Okay.
but we're definitely two ends of a really good team, because I do stay in the realm of Web3, and she's been very strong in the realm of like traditional finance. And it's cool because her firm is they're building a blockchain. They're doing the slowly, they're doing kind of like Web3 stuff, and now they have a fund dedicated to entering the Bitcoin ETFs, which has been so it's for me as someone who has been around the entire time, maybe a couple months after genesis of Bitcoin, and then going from this is an anarchistic, you might be a criminal if you're doing anything with this, to now it powers the world and it's global finance. It really worked out to put my entire career on the line and go from, well, I'm going to go to school for traditional video game programming to make AI and video games, and it's 2010. I had a scholarship to do that, and like realizing through some faults that had happened that the seniors who had already paid $280,000 to go to school for these 4 years were learning things that I already knew because I was tutoring some of them.
See, but I just want to make a small comment.
Yeah.
Because here we don't want to, at least in my kind of opinion, we don't want to drive the wrong message.
Yeah.
I don't think what they're doing is wrong
Mm-hmm.
because you still need them.
Yeah.
The difference, you're an entrepreneur,
Of course.
and not everyone can be an entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
Even if they tried, even if they wanted, but it's not in their blood. If it's not meant to be, not like I love art myself, but I
Right.
don't know how to draw.
Yeah.
And if I don't know how to draw, I'm not gonna keep fighting it, right? So I need the people who actually know how to draw and who actually studied that as well.
Right.
So
Yeah, I wouldn't want.
we need them.
If I walked into a doctor's office and they didn't have degrees hanging on their
Exactly.
walls, I'd walk right out.
Yeah, exactly.
As a coder entrepreneur, I recognize that if I do quickly, that I will succeed, but I'll have a harder life, and I have, and it has been an up and down, round and round.
You took the risk.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end, imagine
Yeah.
as an entrepreneur, which is that's part of the risk, right? It didn't work out. Let's say it was not Bitcoin, it was something else.
Right.
And it didn't work out. At least the guy who's working or who studied, etc., he can have a stable job. It's a different mentality.
Oh yeah.
The problem, or not the problem, how the world is designed by nature.
Yeah.
Not everyone, I call the entrepreneurs eagles, right?
Mm-hmm.
They just fly and they go find their food, right? But the birds are just waiting for anyone to just give them.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them are part of this economy.
Yeah.
You cannot let them go and you want them to stay.
Right.
But they cannot do what you're doing and you cannot do what they're doing.
Right.
You cannot sit every day doing the same coding for 10 years from now.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to get exhausted because you're an entrepreneur. You want to find something new challenge, new idea. Even Bitcoin, you're not going to stick to Bitcoin maybe 30, 40 years from now.
Oh, I'll still be a Bitcoiner.
Maybe something new coming. You cannot predict. You cannot predict. Tell me the Bitcoin will be the thing for the 100,
world.
300 years from now.
Right.
Something new might come. The same as gold.
Yeah.
The same as anything.
Same as anything.
Maybe someone new coming. Maybe this time, not Satoshi Nakamoto. Maybe her name is like Koala Buba, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And something new as a technology, right? And you will be also believing in it.
Yeah.
And you will try it. At least you will try it.
I try many of our colleagues in the industry. I try to, and that's one of the things that they're like, "Oh wow, you're so early. You're so early. Why aren't you on a yacht? Why aren't you on an island? Why don't you own the
Build
world?"
them like this.
You know.
That touch the wood.
Inshallah. And it's one of those things where I did use the dApps. Like I was in the early Ethereum days, 30 cents on Tree, but I used our colleagues' apps, and I tried this. I tried the things, and I used the products, and there have been the kind of missteps along the way, or you get into like a scam or like all these things that can occur in this industry, unfortunately, where you have people who either did it maliciously on purpose, or it's just a startup that didn't work out. And to know and understand that there is a prominence of people who actually are building things that are intended to help people, and through that message, we all benefit. Like most of this, having gone now and met a lot of our colleagues in the Singularity, all of the products are there to benefit the users, and they're there to build a benevolence of these are products that are going to exist in one way or another, and if we can really encourage people to come in the Web3 of the data sovereignty of them, especially with Rejuve, with your healthcare data, then we can build a better world, and we can have more just sovereign actors acting on the benevolence of the world itself. Web 2 doesn't do that. Web 2 doesn't give that to you. Web 2, you are the product, especially if the product is free. And there's so much wrong with that model. I've had issues with accounts and with Web 2 accounts and things that if they had just made it a Web3 signing pair, like a wallet, that wouldn't have been an issue. And I hope that we can make some of these issues go away with our Sophiaverse, with the desktop hologram, with the ability for you to imbue not only your assets, but yourself into this hologram, into this avatar version. And we're well on our way. It's the technology is there, the pieces are there, but the people that are building them are living in real time. So we're really fortunate that we have a lot of people building in real time, but the competition is wild. You look at an OpenAI who has billions, hundreds of billions of dollars, or Web 2. They own your data. They are farming your data. They're understanding a lot more. And with the Singularity, we have close. We more and more funding every year, but it's always the bad guys that move faster, right? And it's always.
Tell me about it. That's why meme tokens are jumping.
I can't tell you. I mean,
and that's why centralized exchanges are accepting them. I keep having this in every show.
Yeah.
Because like what you're building here, which is 2.5, it's not like only Web3, because Web 2 as well gonna use it.
Yeah.
And you're talking about AI. You're talking about people are giant companies in Web 2 who are worth billions of dollars. They couldn't even come yet with a prototype of something what you have now. Now you have the prototype already out, right? And with a very limited funding compared to the big giants and very limited resources. Right. So you're really caring about way quality resources than quantity, and you're looking at every cent. Actually, I got surprised. It was funny. I watched your story yesterday on Telegram, and you're flying from Hong Kong to Dubai on an economy class.
Of course.
And then I'm like, shit, I've never seen this in Web3 from a very fucking long time.
Yeah.
Everyone flies on business class and first class and play golf, and the favorite sport for them is golf.
Yeah.
Right? Like they were born playing golf, but now they and the only car they can drive is Lamborghini.
No way, man.
I mean,
no. So
when you see things like that, you feel like, I smiled when I saw it. I smiled, and like me myself, before even Web3, I didn't fly. I've never flew in an economy. Always business, like with my family, because my size is big.
Right.
And
it's very comfortable.
But recently, I have some good quality people that I consider like very close in Web3, and they travel economy, and I travel economy with them. Yeah. As long as they're gonna give me like quarter of their seat. Yeah. So they are fine with that. Like they are small people, Right. I'm like, okay, let's go.
Yeah.
But to see that, and you're a CEO of a company, and it's not really gonna be a big massive problem if you flew a business class, but yet you said no. Let me.
If we
keep
can,
it for the
if
company,
we can,
that should be the way, right?
Yeah, if we can put resources to a builder or a dev or an artist, and I'm going to fall asleep immediately. I fall asleep right away, and then they wake me up and I'm like, hey, your food's here. Okay, fall asleep. The movies, you try to maybe watch them, I fall asleep. So I'm able to kind of just
how many hours
skip the time. I think it was 8 hours. So it was easy.
Again, people cannot do that in Web3.
Red eye, 8 hours.
Web3 people 2 hours flight. They say, can we have a private jet?
Yeah. Yeah, if anybody wants to put me on their jet stream, I think that we can have a good conversation. But even back in the day, they tried to have the ETH Jets membership. Yeah. And I'm like, well, more power to you if you want to do that. It's fun for you to have those types of things. And but yeah, to be able to skip time, just fall asleep, you get there just the same as everybody else. Inshallah, the plane arrives safe. And the only thing, I guess, when you're in the front of that plane is if you have to make a connection. But if you see me running a lot in airports trying to get from A to Z. It was really good to be in Hong Kong and to meet the people that were there for the festival, that live there all the time, play Asia especially. It was really, really well adjusted. David Lake, we even stayed in his house. He's like, you're going to come, You're not going to get
He
a hotel.
invited me a couple of times.
Yeah, he's like, we're going to save money. We're going to stay in the house, and we're going to spend that money on builders. We're going to spend that money on ensuring that we hit our timelines.
And the food is cheap. Hot pot.
Hot pot,
Yeah.
very good, tasty,
Yeah,
really
and
good.
it's not expensive.
Yeah, they're opening a hot pot right here, down here.
The same restaurant.
No, I think they're just putting a big hot pot by you. So
No, there are a few here. There are
Yeah.
a couple of here,
Yeah.
but there is only one I like. The rest is like a bit commercial.
right.
But that's what I say. I mean, like I keep telling people, yes, memes are fun in Web3.
Mm-hmm.
They're becoming over fun because like it's too much now. But at the end, most of them gonna vanish.
Yeah.
99% plus from the meme token will vanish for
Right.
sure.
Right.
And what will be remaining are the quality project ones. That's why I always say, don't put your eggs into one basket, which is just going to be a meme. Try to find quality projects. Try to see the team behind it. Try to watch this show because at least here, Logan just came and nothing being prepared. Nothing, like, it doesn't even know what type of question is going to be asked. I said, let's just say hi and let it go. Even Coco, she's not even ready. Look, she's shy.
She's sleeping.
No, she's shy.
So cute.
And basically to see if he's understanding what he's saying, because that's the main problem in Web3. You get people and they ask what will be in the roadmap. He already knew the question 2 days ago.
Yeah.
His team prepared the answers for him, and he's like, yeah, roadmap, first quarter we're gonna do, and then we're gonna do the wallet, and then we're gonna do two centralized. This is, what the fuck is this bullshit?
Yeah.
I'm not here to listen to this fucking bullshit.
And it's all the same.
I don't want this. I want, if you come, either you show people that you exactly know what you're saying, or don't come to my show.
Well, one of the biggest things is, like, if you look at the paper, right, and the paper that was written by John and the Singularity DAO and the Sophiaverse team before I had met them.
Yeah.
I was often doing NASA and DoD contracting in the United States.
So you were in NASA before?
I was subcontracting for NASA, Lockheed, my short hair, cut, corporate, right?
No, we need to put a picture.
We'll get in the in a different person today, because they basically said, thanks, Logan, this is a $500 billion value company.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna enlist for
okay, she's getting active.
You're gonna enlist for about 20 years. You're gonna do the politics of the Army, and then maybe down the line you'll get to run this thing that will then be worth about $4 trillion. So I got into AI, and we did an AI company that the Singularity picked up on, and they showed me the paper. And they showed me the paper has milestones, and it has things that are going to be accomplished, and it has things that were accomplished in roadmap items. And I looked at them and I said, you guys are going to raise a lot, right? You're going to make it happen. And they assured me that over time that, we'll have enough funding to make all of this happen. I said, well, you have a huge opportunity here to change the world, and if I become your CEO, then I'm going to make sure that these things happen, because, well, I'm an American. They put out this white paper, they did a TGE, and as a legal selling dog, these things have to occur. So with the milestones, there's things like Sophia enters the Metaverse. Well, that happened. She's in Decentralized. She's in other metaverses. We have our own now. And then there's things like sentience, sentience wallet initialized, right? And very like broad aspect ranges of things that can happen. And we got to work on like what is this going to be? How is this going to be? What are these things that are? So we really needed to go down that list. If you go to that paper, you can see that. If you go on our website, you can see that. And we're doing it. We're making sure that everything that was said in that paper is happening. And the big, broad region of it is sentience. What is sentience? It's your emotional state. It's your feelings. It's how you act in balance towards somebody doing something to you or for you or with you. It's how you react. It's like and it's really, if you boil it down to a chemical state, like a neuroscience state, it's your dopamine, your serotonin, your GABA, all these neurotransmitters that affect who you are at a moment's notice, whether you get a hug or someone punches you on the arm, either in a joking way or in a violent way. Your sentience changes. The way that you are bridged into reality changes on a millisecond basis. So with the Sentience ID, the Sentience Wallet, Sentience ID Global, all these things.
Which is not out yet.
It's in beta.
Yeah.
You can get Test Flight, iOS, Google Play, Chrome Store beta.
I'm testing it
If
anyway.
you want to jump in the Telegram, we'll get you those links.
So it's open for anyone to join the alpha.
Yeah. Yep.
Or beta.
People can join the beta today, and then we're just going through the review processes of the stores to go live into production. These are going to be your portal to the Singularity. Everything that you would want to do inside of the greater Singularity ecosystem, you're going to log in with Sentience. You do that in your real world.
When you say Singularity now,
Yeah.
you mean Singularity or ASI at some level? Or it's not clear yet?
ASI. So today, a couple days ago, we pushed the update where your Ocean and your Fetch tokens will also show up in your Sentience wallet immediately.
Perfect.
And then once ASI's...
خلاص, it will be ASI.
Yeah, once that links over, I think they're using a Cosmos. I'm not sure which chain they're going to have, but we'll also have that top row, front
Figure it
center.
out.
Yeah. Yep.
Logan, I'm really happy to have you in. Hopefully, we can have the same show next year.
Okay.
When we see Soph, a multi-billion-dollar company as a Web2.
Inshallah.
And Web3 as well follow. Guys, this is Logan. A real builder, works so hard, a genuine person. I'm quite sure you've heard him speaking right now, so nothing is being, as I said, prepared. It's just where the chat takes us, and you can see if you're a developer, you can understand what he's saying is true or bullshit. And if you're a retailer as well, you can understand if he's just saying bullshit or he's just talking genuine. Logan, thank you for coming.
Thanks, Elja, for having me.
It's not just a room.
It's the room of Eljaboom.
Let's go!
Let's go.
I feel like Mr. Boom. I don't want your kitty, I'm just tryna play with Moon. We could hit the city, baby, what you tryna do? Catch me out in Quirksville, big shout out to Doom. I'm looking at the floor price, hey Brody, where